Hello everyone, I'm Raven from Raven Comics, and today we'll be looking at what happened to Batman's son, Damian Wayne, in the future. It all begins in Neo-Gotham, formerly known as Gotham City. This takes place several decades into the future. From above, we see someone being chased. A man tells the girl to surrender, and if she does, her death will be painless. The path ends, and we see that the one trying to escape is Curry. The League of Shadows is behind her. Since she is cornered, she decides to take action and begins to kill the members of the League of Shadows. One of the assassins asks if she thinks she can defeat them. Curry doesn't respond and throws herself off the top of the building. Fortunately, a patrol passes by at that moment, and we see Curry gradually moving away. From afar, the League of Shadows tells her that she's only buying time. Her death is inevitable. We then move to Bruce Wayne, who is arriving at the Batcave. Matt and Max welcome him. They also tell him that nothing has changed in the Batcave. Let's remember that he had been a prisoner, as they had made him out to be the Joker. Bruce Wayne walks calmly. Matt asks if he's okay. Max asks Matt to give him time. He's been through a lot. Bruce says he's fine, but the Batcave isn't the same as before. Family and friends never gathered here before. Suddenly, Terry arrives. He says they had no idea he was still alive. If Terry is going to do Batman's job, he will need his family and friends around him. Bruce says he doesn't mean to offend him. It was just an observation. Terry says he has worked hard to be a good Batman. Gotham City is better, but the rest of the world isn't. Dana interrupts them, saying it's clear they have a lot to talk about, but Dana still hasn't fully processed that Terry is Batman. Plus, she's in the Batcave. Without a doubt, she has a lot to think about. It's time for Terry to leave with Dana. But before that, he hugs Bruce and says it's good to have him back. We move to the police department, where Barbara Gordon has just received some news. Terminal was brutally beaten to death. Someone hit him with a crowbar. Barbara says Terminal was too smart for someone to do that. It has to be someone close to him who is responsible. Either way, Barbara needs to investigate further. Suddenly, Barbara takes a hard hit. The commissioner gets up and tells the culprit they've made a big mistake. Barbara looks up and is shocked to see that the culprit is Curry. She tells Barbara she doesn't want to cause trouble. Her intention is to talk to Batman. She needs his immediate help. Back at the Batcave, Bruce Wayne has just realized that Terminal was killed by an old friend. The Joker is behind his death. Matt tells him it's good to have him back. Terry had a tough time when he was alone. Plus, the suit he had was torn, and they had to use an experimental one. Bruce Wayne examines the suit and says it's the X7. Terry used that suit when it saved his life. Bruce looks a bit worried. That suit is a prototype and very dangerous for its wearer. Terry could die. Elsewhere, Terry and Dana are having a conversation. She's very upset because he never told her he was Batman. He just disappeared from her life, and she thought he was dead. Terry tells her he can't say much about the situation. To Dana, everything he's saying sounds like excuses. They were supposed to be close and have a romantic relationship. Even so, he never mentioned his most important secret, that he is Batman. We return to Barbara and Curry. They're on top of a building, about to turn on the bat signal. Barbara tells her she'll call the bat, but before that, she needs to know what she wants from him. Curry tells her there's no time for explanations. Suddenly, they find themselves surrounded. The League of Shadows has returned. The attack begins, and they do everything they can to defend themselves. At the same time, Terry tells Dana that he realized the mistake he made in hiding that secret from her. But the problem wasn't him, it was Bruce Wayne. He's very intense. When he put on the suit, he was just a kid and didn't know anything about being a hero. So he had to do everything the way Bruce told him. Besides, living two lives is very difficult, and it affected him a lot. Dana tells him she could have helped. She realized he really enjoys being Batman. Back at the police building, the situation has worsened. Curry mentions that the League of Shadows is here to stop her mission. Barbara can't do much to defend herself. The commissioner knows they need reinforcements. Suddenly, Barbara is knocked down and about to be killed. Fortunately, Curry managed to save her in time. Reinforcements have arrived, but they were of no use, as they were immediately killed. Meanwhile, Terry tells Dana that he's seen what Bruce has become. He's an old, lonely, bitter man. Terry doesn't want to end up being a bitter old man like Bruce Wayne. So from now on, he'll prioritize his relationship and Batman second. Terry and Dana are about to kiss. Meanwhile, Barbara has just taken down a member of the League of Shadows and approaches the bat signal to connect it to power and call for the bat's help. The kiss between Terry and Dana is interrupted. She tells him it seems he has to go. Terry says no, he doesn't have to do that. He won't waste his time being Batman. This moment is more important than the bat's disguise. Besides, how bad can this situation be? At Wayne Manor, Bruce is sitting in front of a portrait of his parents. He begins to recall parts of his past. Bruce knows his life was full of accomplishments, although in terms of happiness, it's the opposite. Since the tragedy of his parents, he hasn't been able to be happy. His only escape was to dress up as the Bat and go out alone at night. Although help arrived later, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and of course his son Damian Wayne were always by his side. Bruce has always wished his father had met his grandson. Things between Bruce and Damian would have undoubtedly been better. Then they all left, and he was alone again. That was until he met Terry. Suddenly, those memories are interrupted. Max arrives, and the two have a conversation about Terry. Out of nowhere, Matt rushes into the room and asks them to come quickly. A new problem has arisen. As they descend to the Batcave, Matt tells them that the bat signal has been activated for almost 10 minutes and Terry still hasn't responded. Bruce thinks Matt is a boy full of fire. He reminds him of someone Bruce doesn't want to remember. Faced with this situation, Bruce checks the satellite cameras to see what's happening. What he sees is the League of Shadows attacking Commissioner Gordon. Bruce knows he's her only chance to get out alive. Meanwhile, Terry continues talking with Dana. Bruce Wayne tries to communicate with him, but Terry ignores the call by turning off his phone. Matt tells Bruce that Terry is trying to rebuild his life, and he needs to understand that. Bruce tells him that he needs to understand that people are dying. At the police tower, Curry has just been knocked down. Barbara tells her it's time to escape. It seems no one will come to their aid. Before Barbara can move forward, someone shoots an arrow, hitting her in the back. Then the bat signal's power is cut. Seeing that the signal is gone, Terry comments that maybe it wasn't that important. Suddenly, Dana receives a call and wonders who it could be at this hour. Dana is shocked by what she sees and shows the device to Terry. On it, they see Curry and Barbara suffering. The battle is still ongoing, and Barbara can't remove the arrow. The League of Shadows tells Curry to surrender. She's outnumbered. Curry removes the arrow from Barbara and tells them she will never surrender. She then apologizes to Barbara, as the League is here because of her. The wait is over. After so much time, Batman has arrived to help them. The League of Shadows tries to attack him, but they can't harm him. Terry throws some batarangs, knocking them down. After that, he grabs two members of the League and throws them out of the building. From the Batcave, Matt and Bruce watch. Bruce asks where they got the suit Terry is wearing. Matt tells him they found it in his storage and asks if it's the prototype. Bruce says yes. That suit should never be used again by anyone. Terry apologizes to Barbara. She tells him it's fine. All she needs is for him to take care of the League. More members of the League have arrived. Terry says they won't be a problem. Batman pulls out some bombs from his suit and throws them, causing a small explosion. More enemies arrive from behind. Terry knows they won't be a problem. His attack begins. Barbara knows these attacks are brutal, and she asks Terry if he's not going too far. From the Batcave, Bruce realizes the severity of the situation with Terry's suit, so he asks him to return. Terry says he will once he's finished. Bruce tells Terry he has already won. Now he needs him to return to the Batcave. Terry says not yet. First, they need to know what she's doing here. She shows him a video where someone says the following: "Our world is in danger. Indifferent and overfed humans have brought us to the brink of death. This is over. We will seize this disaster and turn it into an opportunity, one we will exploit. Now we have the means to purge humanity and reshape the world as we see fit, no matter the cost." The video ends, and Terry can't believe Ra's al Ghul is still alive. From the Batcave, Bruce asks him to return. That suit is a very dangerous prototype. Terry says he can't do that. Ra's al Ghul is still alive, and he has to stop him. Bruce tells him he's right, but he needs to return with that suit. After that, they'll deal with Ra's al Ghul. Terry refuses and says they have no choice. If they don't fight today, it will be too late. Before Terry and Kurari leave, a new enemy arrives. This is Kuru, the demon's right hand. Kuru tries to land the first blow, but Batman and the others manage to dodge it. Terry returns to the battle to finish Kuru once and for all. Kurari tells him to forget it. They need to leave. Terry says he will stay and fight. Suddenly, Kuru punches him in the face. Terry defends himself and knees him hard in the face. Kurari insists on leaving. If they want to stop Ra's al Ghul, they need to leave now. Kuru won't let them escape. Kurari exits the ship and prepares to face him. She has already set the ship on autopilot to take Batman to Ra's al Ghul. Batman leaves, but we see that Kurari was no match for Kuru, as he easily defeated her by impaling her with his sword. Back at the Batcave, Matt asks what the problem is with the suit. Bruce tells him that the suit has an artificial intelligence with a single purpose. Batman must always win. It doesn't matter if the man inside the suit can't. Many years ago, he was fighting Bane. Without realizing it, his vertebrae had cracked. He couldn't get up anymore, but the suit stood him up and kept him fighting. Bruce didn't realize his vertebrae were broken until he took off the suit. The suit was badly damaged, and that's why he was able to remove it. The injuries the suit left him were so severe that from that moment on, Batman was finished, and he had to retire and pass on his mantle to someone else. Meanwhile, Terry is after Ra's al Ghul. One thing is certain, they will both die in that fight. Bruce sees no way they can both survive. Terry is about to reach Ra's al Ghul. Suddenly, the ship is shot down by a missile. Terry managed to emerge unscathed from the attack thanks to the suit. We're outside the League of Shadows base. Several guards come out to try to take him down. Terry knows they won't be an obstacle. Back at the Batcave, Bruce tells Matt and Max that they need to find a way to stop that suit. It will take a lot of time, so he asks for a cup of coffee. The two are in the kitchen. Suddenly, through the window, they see the Batmobile leaving. Bruce won't let Terry or any of them handle this. The demon is Bruce's problem, not theirs. Meanwhile, Terry has already taken down all of the demon's guards, and now we see him standing in front of Ra's al Ghul. The battle begins. Terry tells him it's time for him to die. The demon asks him since when does Batman seek to kill his enemies. The demon has realized it. He's not the real Batman. From the Batmobile, Bruce says Terry has no idea what he's just gotten into. The demon is deadlier than he assumes. Also, he's not the man Terry thinks he is. He's much better trained. The demon is incredibly fast and very intelligent. Plus, he's not the old man Terry expects him to be. On the contrary, he's much younger than Terry thinks. The real Ra's al Ghul is gone and has been replaced by Damian Wayne. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.